All right, let's get into it. Today, we're going to talk about a pretty powerful idea: the silent, almost invisible habits that are the real key to building long-term wealth. It all kicks off with this simple truth. The very first move toward building wealth, it's not some loud announcement or a flashy buy. Nope, it's a quiet choice, putting a dollar away when literally no one is looking. And it's the exact same thing with investing, right? Setting up that automatic transfer, buying into an indexed fund. You're not going to get any applause for that. It's because these moves are designed to work in the background, just consistently and silently doing their thing. But, and this is the best part, here comes the payoff. All that quiet, consistent work, it starts to compound. And while the actual process is invisible, the results, the freedom, the security, the options that just suddenly appear in your life, well, those become impossible to ignore. So, this really lays out a fundamental choice that, honestly, we all make every single day. Are you on the loud path, or are you on the silent one? On one side, you've got the loud path. This is all about flexing those monthly payments, basically renting a lifestyle to look the part. But on the silent path, the focus is completely different. It's about stacking assets that you actually own, assets that go to work for you. And this contrast, it really shows you where the real investment is going. Is your money flowing into something that's losing value by the day, like a brand new car? Or is it going into upgrading your mindset? Because that's the one thing that appreciates for a lifetime and makes every other money decision you make that much better. Or think about this choice. You buy new shoes, they lose value the second you walk out of the store. But a digital asset, whether that's a piece of a company or an online business, that has the potential to grow and make you money while you sleep. It's the ultimate difference between looking rich and actually building wealth. So what's the move? A fleeting night out to impress some people you barely know, or a small investment in a book that could totally rewire your brain and your bank account for the rest of your life? One is just entertainment. The other is pure empowerment. So how does this whole silent path really work in practice? Look, it's not about making one huge dramatic leap. It's all about these small, repeatable actions, these habits. They're the real engines of silent compounding. I love this. It's the set it and forget it machine. Just $200 a month. No hype, no noise, nothing. After just 1 year, you've got a solid base that's already compounding for you. But by year 5, that simple, silent habit has made you 5 figures richer. That is the magic of automated consistency right there. And tracking, listen, this isn't about restricting yourself, it's about giving yourself awareness. When you know exactly where your money is going, you suddenly get the power to intentionally say no to things like pricey dinners you can't really afford or those fleeting trends. You stop trying to impress strangers and you start building real, quiet independence. And let's be real, there's no Instagram post for paying off your high-interest credit card debt. Nobody's handing you a trophy. But that feeling of relief, the money it frees up every single month, that is a massive silent victory for your future self. Just think about the ROI on this. 10 pages a day. It doesn't sound like much, does it? But that adds up to over 3,600 pages of knowledge in a year. Your ability to spot an opportunity, or maybe, more importantly, avoid a disaster, it just gets sharper every single day. It's a habit that silently compounds your intelligence for life. Okay, so once you've got these habits locked in, the next level is to start building systems. This is where you go from just doing small actions to creating an automated machine that generates wealth and freedom all on its own. This right here is the core strategic shift. You stop asking what looks impressive, and you start asking what actually works, and how can I put that on autopilot? Your entire focus moves from performing for a crowd to building a process that just delivers, whether anyone sees it or not. So, how do you actually build a system like this? Well, it really comes down to 3 pillars. First, focus. You double down and master one income stream instead of chasing a dozen different things. Second, automate. You put your savings and your investments on autopilot. And third, you schedule. You literally block out time for that deep work, like learning a tax strategy that could save you thousands. And this This is what a well-built system can produce. Years go by. Dividends reinvest themselves, the market does its thing, and then one day you look up and there's a six-figure sum waiting for you, all built by a silent machine that you had the discipline to create and then to leave alone.
So ultimately, this whole silent path, it leads to a payoff that is so much more than just money. It's really about what that money buys you. It's about totally redefining what it even means to be wealthy.
See, the goal was never about getting admiration or applause. The real prize for all this quiet work, all this silent discipline, it's freedom. The freedom to choose your work, to control your own time, and to live completely on your own terms. And that just brings everything full circle, doesn't it? Real wealth is built invisibly. The fact that the process is quiet and the work is hidden, that's not a bug. That is the entire point. The most important construction is always happening below the surface. So that just leaves one last question, and it's just for you. Forget what everyone else is doing, forget what they're showing off. Just look at your own quiet habits and your silent systems. Are you consuming or are you creating? Are you performing or are you building?